The Contenders live in Studio B. All that music coming from two guys here.
Well, and Sean. Sean behind the board.
Wouldn't be getting out to the air without Sean, I don't suppose. But yeah,
We do our best to make as much, I call it, as much noise as possible. With all the limbs and everything we can.
Well, you're doing a fine job. We have
Thank you.
Jay Nash here with his guitar, and you are, Josh, you are the rhythm section, the whole percussion backbeat thing going on.
That's right, yeah. Just trying to do everything I can.
And you're looking at this assembly of junk in front of him, trying to figure out what it is that he's playing, right?
I was while you guys were singing and playing, I was looking at all that stuff, trying to, without my glasses, some of it I can't really tell what it is. But
Oh, those are goat's toenails.
okay, all right. I figured that has something to do with percussion.
It does. You pick up random instruments all over the world, and these are some llama toenails and goat's toenails and nuts. And,
Wow, looky there.
Yeah.
Yeah, some Brazil nuts there
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
what people are. That seems to be consensus. We weren't sure, but we've been told that his nuts are from Brazil.
All right, Jay Nash and Josh Day. And Josh, I understand you are a Wilkesboro guy.
I am.
Born and raised?
Absolutely. I was born in Greenville, but moved to Wilkesboro when I was 4.
Okay.
And lived in Wilkesboro. Went to high school in Wilkesboro. Moved to Boone. Went to ASU. Lived in Boone till I was there till 2002, so a long time. Wasn't in college the whole time, but spent a lot of time there. And so North Carolina, especially Western North Carolina, has always been home.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of folks out there smiling, going, "Yeah, he's a homeboy here."
Yeah.
And growing up in Wilkesboro, I guess you know a little something about Doc Watson and.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Doc, I've been obviously a huge fan of Doc my entire life, and I had the opportunity to play with Doc on a couple of occasions with my good friends, the Kruger brothers.
Yeah.
I recorded a bunch with them a number of years ago, and we still play together when we can. But I had some great opportunities to play with Doc, and a quick story about him. When I was in college, we'd go see him at this place called Thompson's Seafood in Deep Gap, which was a double-wide seafood trailer. It was a double-wide trailer that was a seafood restaurant, and we would go there to see him for free on Tuesday nights.
Awesome.
Eat popcorn shrimp and watch Doc Watson. And at that point, I knew how amazing he was, but I never realized what the full impact that man had on the entire world.
Yeah.
It's pretty. It's huge.
Those are the kind of memories you wouldn't trade for anything.
Absolutely.
You take them with you forever.
Absolutely.
And I see why you guys hit it off, because I was reading the bio on your webpage, the Contenders webpage, and let's see, Joey Ryan. How could I forget that name in a moment? Senior moments happen to me all the time. Joey Ryan of the Milk Carton Kids. A very interesting piece he wrote, and
He's such a great writer.
and Jay gives you credit for for a lot of his experience, going in music there.
Yeah, we, Josh and I know each other from the time that we spent in Los Angeles, and Joey was just getting started. I was about 3 or 4 years into my career of trying to cobble together a living out of making music, and Joey and I shared station wagons and vans and buses and airplanes for 2 or 3 years. I think we probably put on 100,000 plus miles of playing shows of just two different singer-songwriters sharing a bill, but he probably gives me more credit than I'm due for dragging him down the road. I mean, obviously he recognized how talented he was, and you want to surround yourself with really talented people. But
He definitely was very, it affected him very much based on, he's a good writer, by the way.
Oh, he's fantastic.
yeah, he's great.
It was a great read. And where are you from originally, Jay?
I grew up just outside of Syracuse, New York, in a tiny little town. Beautiful place to grow up, but the kind of place that you run away from and don't look back to. Not in a bad way. Just knowing that there's there's a great big world out there. But yeah, I grew up in upstate New York, and then shortly after college, wandered out to Los Angeles, and Josh and I were both part of the kind of the singer-songwriter scene out there. Josh was playing with Sarah Bareilles, and I was part of these weekly songwriter series where you'd have 4 songwriters on a stage every Monday night, and Sarah was one of those songwriters a number of times. So we kind of ended up finding our way to each other there, and it wasn't actually until we both left Los Angeles that we started playing together.
Oh, okay.
You know, out and about.
It's like he had to move. Jay had to move to Vermont, and I had to move to Nashville for us to actually start a project together.
It's funny how it happens.
Oh, the life of the troubadours.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to talk some more about that and the concept for the album and all that sort of thing. And you got upcoming gigs we want to tell people about too. But I wanted you guys to get in another song off this great album. And I assume you're going to be doing music from the album.
Yeah, well.
Well, you can vary. I mean, I'm not holding you to
Okay.
it. But
I mean, we can go either way.
Well, I'm all set up to play this one from our first record, which is called "Meet the Contenders." And
okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Great,
That's fine.
I think it's somewhere in the library there, but